This is a 15-month master's, so it is quite accelerated, I think would be a nice word to use for it. It's a full-time master's, and students should be under no illusion of what's involved. The core modules would take about 9 hours a week of lectures, and if they take the elective, that's another 2 hours. But students would also need to be preparing for assessments. They would need to be working on their research. This program is delivered as blended, but when I say blended, mostly it's online. The way the course works is in the first semester you would study 3 modules. The first 2 are 5-credit modules. In addition to those, there's also a 10-credit module, which is advanced biopharmaceutical science. And at the end of semester 1, students will do a research project proposal for their research project, which they will do in industry. Then in semester 2, there's also 2 more modules, which is Six Sigma, which is my particular subject, and validation for biopharmaceuticals. In semester 1 or semester 2, students can take a 5-credit elective. In semester 1, they have a choice of 2, so they can do quality management frameworks and regulatory affairs, or they could do biopharmaceutical science. In semester 2, students can take on a choice of elective as well. The first one would be applied immunology, immunotherapeutics and vaccine technology, or they could take biopharmaceutical facilities. The entry requirements for a level 9 master's is that the students must have a level 8, which is usually a Bachelor of Science or a Bachelor's Honours degree. It doesn't necessarily have to be science, it could be engineering, at a 2-2 classification. We have a variety of assessments. We are conscious of the fact that students tend to have different modalities for learning and also different ways that they can express their learning. So for that reason, we would use things like multiple choice questions, technical reports, written reports, statistical analysis where they have to both analyse and interpret data. I think anybody who would be in a situation where they're working in a biopharmaceutical company or a pharmaceutical company and they want to progress their career, that they want to move up in the corporate structure. We've had students going in from validation engineer to senior validation engineer, and also from product specialist to team lead. Given the fact that it is a level 9, the only way to go is up, so students could do a level 10, which would be a PhD level, and they could possibly do a PhD by research with us in ATU.
Within the Master's programme itself, there is a very important project component as well. This is worth 55 out of the 90 credits. It's a major research thesis and it takes 1 year in duration. The project should ideally be completed in your current place of employment if you're working in the biopharmaceutical industry. Before applying for this Master's programme, students should consider what they're interested in researching. They should sit down with their supervisor at work, so their industrial supervisor that they'd have for the project, and discuss the project scope, the objectives, and see if the project's going to be feasible. They should also sit down and think about the project timelines and make sure that they're considering things like the academic deadlines, and also consider their specific company's requirements as well. So it's very important to get all these things and make sure it can be completed in the right amount of time. In addition to your industrial supervisor, students are also assigned an academic supervisor. So this person is going to guide you and support you throughout your project. Workshops and training as well to help you with your research skills, and the academic writing centre is available as well for all the students, which is very helpful for your project. So it's great for the students themselves as they get to apply some of the theoretical knowledge they've learned throughout the course. They get to gain some practical experience, which is excellent for their career, and they get to develop some critical skills which will be invaluable throughout their careers going forward. It's extremely beneficial to the employer as well, as they're gaining the benefits of the students learning throughout the course back into the organisation. So it's a win-win for both.